What is poppin', guys? You got your coach of the Chim Chargers here for week 8 of the GBA. This time we are up against top coach of the Pittsburgh Pirattatas. We are 6-1 right now. He is 5-2, so he's doing pretty well, but hopefully we can cop this W. Hopefully we can get another win for our team. And as you can see here, we're on Showdown today. We were actually playing on Wi-Fi, but unfortunately the battle disconnected, and I opted to recreate the game on Showdown. It actually ended up working out pretty well in the end. You may see some plays that don't really make sense just because we had to sort of recreate the exact same situation that we pretty much left off on when it disconnected. So I'll explain to you guys what happened during those turns in order to sort of, just because we had to equate in order to keep everything fair and everything the same. So what we got here, so let's see. He brings a team of Rotom Heat, Azelf, Tentacruel, Tangrowth, Hippowdon, and Excadrill. And looking at his team, it's kind of pretty much what I expected. Not gonna lie, but looking at his team, I figured that he might want to lead off with the Azelf because it's just an immediate threat to my team overall. And I figured that leading with Sneasel would probably be my best way to start off this game. My goal for this was pretty much just to sort of get rid of the Excadrill over time, I guess. I mean, I have to play smart. I have to play really smart. And just I have to make plays, I think, because in order for me to dent his team or put a lot of work in, he has a lot of reliable switch-ins to my Pokemon, so making aggressive plays is kind of what I have to do, and just playing smart. So I think leading off with Sneasel was great because I felt that he would lead off with the Azelf. So let's just see what happened here. Let's go right into this game, and we'll see what happened here. So he leads off with the Azelf, like I expected. I lead off with my Scarf Sneasel. I go right for the knockoff turn 1. He has no Focus Sash, no Colbur Berry or anything, so I'm able to knock it out, and that's just awesome. Great start for us so far. He brings in Hippowdon now on my Sneasel. I decided I'm going to switch out here into my Togekiss and just try to get off the Nasty Pass because I am Nasty Plot Baton Pass. He gets up his rocks in the process while I switch out, and I can just go ahead here and click Nasty Plot, and what he goes for is the Stone Edge, and he actually hits a critical hit, which pretty much is what happened in the Wi-Fi battle, so that was the same. Pretty good so far. And now what I do is I go ahead and Baton Pass here. Don't want to go into my Ampharos in case he goes for the Earthquake expecting a Roost, so I go into my Keldeo here as he does make the good play and go for the Earthquake there. I'm able to take it pretty nicely though, so I can go ahead here and actually make a good play here and go for the HP Electric, expecting him to switch into one of his Keldeo checks, and that's going to be the Tentacruel. As he's able to switch into that, I can actually 2-hit KO this Tentacruel with my HP Electric here. So I went for the electric move on the Hippowdon, expecting that switch. So that was a really good play on my part there. So I can go ahead and knock out Tentacruel here, and now he's going to be able to bring in his Excadrill, because it is of course faster in the sand. I decided to switch out here. No reason to sack Keldeo right now. I can sack my Togekiss to the rocks, but he makes a very aggressive play, goes for the Swords Dance, so I'm in a little bit of a pickle here, I guess you could say. But I mean, Donphan could easily eat up the Earthquake. I can go for my own Earthquake, but then it reveals that he's Magnet Rise, and I'm just like, ooh, I like that. That's not bad. Not bad at all. So he's going to be able to set up another Swords Dance. I just decided I'm going to go for the Rapid Spin, get rid of these rocks, because Sandstorm's going to wear out anyways soon enough. He goes for the Earthquake here, puts me down to 1% as I go for the knockoff here. That's actually not what happened in the game. In the Wi-Fi battle, he was able to crit my Donphan and knock it out. So I just go for the Rapid Spin here to do as minimal damage as possible. Initial damage doesn't matter anyways because all my other Pokemon can one-shot this thing. But anyways, I go into my Keldeo here, which is faster than the Drill, expecting him to want to switch out, so I gotta make some wild plays of my own. I decided to go for the setup move this time as he switches out into his Tangrowth, and I can just go ahead and OHKO this thing with an Icy Wind, putting in some good work there. So Keldeo was able to pretty much get rid of both of the checks that he had for Keldeo, I guess you could say. So I go into my my Fabio here as he brings in Rotom. He goes for the Volt Switch. Pretty obvious play, I guess. Into his Hippowdon he goes, and now I can go ahead here. See, you know this Fabio said. If you watched the video from yesterday, the building video, you know this Fabio actually has Magnet Rise. So I can go ahead here and Mega Evolve as he goes for the Earthquake. So I was pretty we were both pretty impressed, I guess, that we both brought Magnet Rise. That was really fun, and we were both able to catch each other off guard. So I go for the Dragon Pulse here. As you can see, he's going to be going for the Earthquake twice now because he actually went for Stone Edge twice, and both of those Stone Edges missed. I wasn't really sure why he didn't decide to slack off, but he decided to go for 2 Stone Edges. They both missed here, so I'm actually going to be able to just keep clicking Dragon Pulse at this point. He decides to save Hippowdon to preserve his sand as he goes into his Rotom here, and he just goes pretty much right now. I think HP Ice might have been a roll. I ended up living, so he just went for the Overheat to ensure that I lived, and I was pretty much at that same amount of HP in the Wi-Fi battle. So the battle's getting recreated in a way where it's pretty much the exact same that happened when we got disconnected and stuff. So he's gonna go to Drill here, knock me out with the Earthquake, and this is pretty much where we resume the game after the disconnection. So I'm going to be able to go into my Gyarados here, get off the Intimidate. He goes to the Rock Slide. I do pack the Charty Berry. I'm able to eat that up, but now this is where things get a little tricky. He's able to flinch me here, expecting him to want to get up his Sand once again to bring back Drill. I make a double here. I switch out into my Keldeo, expecting the Hippowdon. I'm able to nail that prediction really well. Anticipating Hippowdon to come in, and now I can just go for the Skull here, knock it out, and in this way it's really good because I can actually just sack off Keldeo, get the Intimidate off once again, whereas if I stayed in with Gyarados, he would have come in and probably made the aggressive play in Swords Dance as I switched out to try and get off another Intimidate. So I'm able to just sack off the Keldeo here, go right back into my Gyarados, and now he actually tries to make a play, expecting me to switch on to Sneasel so I can get off another Intimidate on this thing. But I know this man is wild, so I just go right for the Waterfall here and knock it out, and that is going to be a good game. And even if he decided to attack me, with the Intimidate, it would have still been a roll after the first Rock Slide in order to knock me out. So he'd have to get a flinch, and then he'd have to get another flinch, and or if he gets the roll, then my Sneasel actually ends up living a Rock Slide at -1. So I would have won the game regardless, unless he flinched me like 3 more times. But definitely a solid game, and he actually made some really good plays. Very impressed with the way he played this, and he definitely showed that he could make some nice aggressive plays, and he really did. But I caught on to that pretty well, and I was able to sort of make some good plays of my own to counteract his plays. So definitely a solid game. Very impressed with the way this went. Hope you guys enjoyed this match, and the game was recreated in a way where it was equivalent to how it was in the Wi-Fi battle, and that is how it went. So hopefully no more disconnections happen in the future. But it was a solid game overall. Definitely a lot of plays that were made, and yeah, go ahead and check him out. I mean, you can see how he, I guess, how his thought process was when he faced me, and get an idea of how he was playing, or what his thought process was in general. If you want to see how I made this team and what I was thinking when I built this squad versus him, you can watch the building video from yesterday. I'll link it in the description as well, and there's also the Chim Charger shirt down below if you want to check that out, if you want to pick one up. But I mean, I think this was a really cool game overall. I definitely had a lot of fun with this one, especially since a lot of plays were made, and we both brought Magnet Rise. Like, talk about great minds think alike, right? Not bad at all. But yeah, definitely a fun game for sure. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know what you guys think. Looking forward to hearing from you all. And that is it from me. GG, it's Emvee. We are now 7-1, and let's just keep going here. Hopefully we can make it to. I think we can make it to playoffs, and hopefully we can win the whole thing. We're gonna try, and we'll see what happens. So I will see you guys on the next one. Chim Chargers out.